Mind your character.
Hello and good afternoon. It's a very cold afternoon here. It's raining, cat and dog, gorilla and chimpanzee. Very wonderful afternoon. I'm sure the rain will bring some soothing feelings now. No heat, nothing. Even though some people left their dog outside mistakenly. I feel for the dog, oh my God. I pray the dog forgives the owner in Jesus' name. Alright, don't bother to ask me who owns the dog and what's the story of the dog. Yes, it's time for Mind Your Character with Bossede Olusola-Obasa, and it's on Inspiration 92.3 FM. And how has your own week been like? Week is rounding up today, and I'm sure you had a nice time transiting into the month of May, which started on Tuesday, and we all celebrated the Workers' Day. That was the day we held Get More From Working 2.0. Very fulfilling and very successful one it was. Big thank you to everyone who made it out there. My week has been very eventful and interesting. I'll tell you a bit about some of the lessons I learned in the course of this week as we go on in today's show. And as always, I will always ask you to remember that being alive is a privilege and not a right. So what to do is to be grateful for life and to celebrate life. Whatever you celebrate, you attract more of. So why don't you go ahead and celebrate life? And when you celebrate life, life eventually becomes much more worth living for you. I want to welcome you to the show that never leaves you the same way. Never. By that I mean, so right now, I urge you to brace yourself for a time of unlearning, because I'm going to be leading you to reset wrong mindsets. It's one of the things we do here on Mind Your Character with Bossede Olusola-Obasa, resetting wrong mindsets so you can make better decisions. Also get ready to learn, because you become better. The better version of yourself the more you learn, and then get set to relearn, because just when you stop learning, you start dying. So says a wise man. In April, I began an interesting series tagged DNA, Dominantly Needed Attitudes. And that's intended to help listeners, myself, every one of us, see the link between character and success in work life, in our professional calling, your career pursuits, and even more. And so for 2 weeks, we treated the DNA of an outstanding employee, and we had people share their stories. The DNA series comes to you again today, but in a different way. It's coming with a different dimension. But before I say anything further, please permit me to make a sincere confession, and that's the fact that I am still very excited about adding value to you. That's the pledge that I make on this program, and that's the brand promise, and that's what we strive to keep and make good all of the time. Thank you again for joining me. So to today's topic, I'll tell you the topic, I'll tell you a story, and then I'll expect you to call in so we can talk. It's a conversation. The topic is, are people corrupt because they are in need or because they lack integrity? Are people corrupt because they are in need or because they lack integrity? Within this week, like I said, I was going to tell you a bit more about my week. I had 2 platforms for speaking engagements, training. And both of them were on talking to business people about doing business in Nigeria and with integrity. And so many questions were thrown up. People had their concerns and so much. And so that brought the question up in my mind, that really, do people indulge in corruption because they are in need or because they lack positive values such as integrity to keep them fortified. So today we are looking at, are people corrupt because they are in need or because they lack integrity? Is it need that pushes people into corruption? For instance, stealing. Somebody says, I'm hungry, I'm deprived, that's why I steal. How true is that? Is that surface action all to it, or is there an underlying deficit of strength, inner strength in terms of integrity and character to go through a difficulty without having to get your hands soiled? I have a very interesting story. It also happened this week, and I'm so excited about this story that I went on Facebook and told everyone that, look, we're celebrating this man here. He's not here in the studio, but if you know the Nigerian police officer Julius Adedeji, please tell him to tune in right now because he needs to hear himself being celebrated. BBC honored this Nigerian police officer in the course of the week. And what for? For never collecting bribe since joining the force. That looks like, you mean he's a Nigerian? In fact, and I saw some discussions on Facebook, people like, are you sure? Can any one of these police people look away from collecting 50 naira, 100 and the rest of them? You had better start bracing up for the new Nigeria that we are all inching for and really, really desiring. So 4 days ago that happened. The British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC, this week honored him. His name is Julius Adedeji, for not having taken bribe since he joined the force. I hear he's a superintendent serving in Ekiti Police Command. He got the award of Human Rights Personality. Now, this is in spite of a survey by the Nigeria Bureau of Statistics in 2017 identifying officers of the Nigeria Police Force as among the most corrupt public officials in the country, especially when it comes to bribery. And so in the midst of that kind of daunting statistics, here comes an Adedeji who chose to be different. Adedeji said to have never taken bribe, not because he has not been offered such, but because for him, in quotes, the way it was quoted, it is needless for him. For this rare feat, the BBC celebrated him as Nigeria's most dedicated police officer. In an interview, Adedeji told the BBC that he was surprised to be nominated for the award because he did not know that he was being watched. I want you to, whenever I read any story, I want you to pick what the lessons are. He did not know that he was being watched, that anyone was taking note of what he was doing. But according to him, he said, I thank God that it's recognized. And I feel like putting my best more and more. And the story goes like that, like that. I believe the kernel of the story has been gotten. What stood him out? Was it that he had all sufficiency, he never lacked anything? Or is it that he has certain values of integrity embedded in the way he does his thing? It's a conversation, and so I'm expecting you to call right now on 0700 923 923 923. Are people corrupt because they are in need or because they lack integrity? Call me on 0700 923 923 923 and let's talk about this. You have a personal story that has to do with this as well. I'm willing to also celebrate you. Hello. Okay, sorry I missed that call. I really would like you to call back. Hello. Okay. Yeah, so let's go on as I expect your calls to come in. There's a quote by Billy Graham that I love so much. It says, when wealth is lost, nothing is lost. When health is lost, something is lost. But when character is lost, all is lost. How true. What stands people out who stick their head for character? Hello? Hello, welcome to the show. Hello? Okay. I guess you may have to call back. Thank you for making an attempt to call. Hello, are you on? Hello? Okay, okay. Sorry, please do make that effort again. Don't give up. I need to hear from you. Hello? Hello? Good afternoon. Welcome to Mind Your Character with Bosede Olusola-Obasa. What's your take on today's topic? Are people corrupt because they are in need or because they lack integrity? You heard the story I read about the police officer. Wow, thank you. Mm. Okay. We have to look at the total picture, okay? Yeah. Mm. Mm. But do you know that integrity has the same definition everywhere in the world, even outside of Nigeria? Mm-hmm. Okay, so thank you very much. The lines are actually buzzing with calls. I want to pick other calls. Thank you so much, madam, for being my first caller for the day. Hello. Hello, good afternoon, sir. Yes, you're on to Mind Your Character with Bosede Olusola-Obasa. Your name, please, and where are you calling from? All right, great to have you, Dennis. Yes, are people corrupt because they are in need or because they lack integrity? Okay. Mm. They actually said the most corrupt of the public. They didn't say the only. Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Alarming. Mm. Yeah. Thank. Hmm. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Dennis. So we could take other people's call. Please keep your calls coming. I'll go on a very short break.